time. It is time to brew your best beer.
The 2020 SJPORR Challenge Gold sponsors Bouncer. A special thanks to double gold sponsor Bouncer, keeping the dregs out with an inline filter for homebrewers, keeping you homebrewers organized on a brew day with Boil Bro, and keeping beer fun with the Growler Bro mini beer flavor infusers. BrewTubers, online brewers club, forums, recipes, articles, new updates, brewing tools, and more. Yakima Valley Hops, fresh from the source to your kettle, supplying hops for homebrewers and the craft beer industry. Omega Yeast Labs, fresh, healthy, unique, pitch-ready liquid yeast for pro brewers and homebrewers. Jaded Brewing, home of the fastest immersion wort chiller, the Hydra, and other brewing supplies. Brady Instruments, supplying the world with high-quality, hand-blown, handcrafted, scientific instruments like the SJPORR Challenge Hydrometer Trophy.
Alright guys, it's Wally. I'm kind of, I guess, do an intro, whatever, for my review. I'm going to go ahead and lump all these. I kept these under 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. So I've got all 6 reviews in one video. So that's what I've done. The beers are really good. One beer stood out to me to be head and shoulders above the rest. Not taking anything away from the other beers. It's just that a lot of times with this stuff, you've got to really kind of get down to the brass tacks of things and really start splitting hairs, because they're all pretty equally good. So yeah, I have 6 beers. I didn't review mine. I guess I could have played a dirty trick on you guys and reviewed mine. So hopefully you guys wouldn't know which one's mine later on. But yeah, one thing, they're great beers. I went into this SJPORR Round 2 as an all-star, so I skipped round 1. But my concern with all of these beers is the adjuncts. I'm trying to be fair to everyone, but I'm just kind of raising the question: is what is, as far as an adjunct, should you be able to taste the adjunct? That's my question. Should you be able to taste the adjunct? So, my personal opinion is that it should be discernible. You should be able to taste the adjunct. It shouldn't just be there for mouthfeel, because everybody can make a beer and put an adjunct in there for mouthfeel and never taste it. So that's my opinion. Take it for what's worth. I'm an asshole. Fine. If I'm hurting somebody's feelings, I'm not out to hurt feelings. So anyway, all right, guys, that's it for me. Another great round. There's a lot of really good beers. All 6 of them were really good. I'm crossing my fingers, hoping that the other hub enjoys my beers. So, everybody in my hub enjoys the beers. I can't guarantee that. I don't know. We'll see what happens here at the end of the month. All right, guys. Hope you enjoy my reviews. Cheers. Hey guys, Wally. SJPORR beer review time. So I'm gonna do my first one. This is the first one of 2020, and this is what we're looking at. I'll turn this around so I can read it. And this is ID X58 RD2 73C, and this is an American porter. The adjunct is coffee beans soaked in bourbon. Hops are Willamette, Simcoe, and Liberty. Yes, I've never had that combination, but I like putting more new school style kind of IPA hops in dark beers. It always turns out pretty well. ABV 6.7%, so looks like it meets all the criteria. Come on, stupid. There we go. My fault. So, I can smell it. I can smell the bourbon and coffee. So, woo! So it's more on the brown side of a porter. Yeah, some porters are dark as night, other ones are brown. It's fine with me. I don't care. I can definitely smell the coffee and bourbon in it, just from probably the 10, 12 inches away that I am. So I got my Chromebook over here. I'm going to go down through appearance, aroma, all the factors, and I'll kind of grade it in my head as we go, then finalize it as we wrap up, and hopefully these won't take too long. So appearance, it's got a head. When I first poured it, had a finger and a half head. Let me turn that out of here. So the head's still kind of sticking around. It's pretty light. The lacing kind of seems to be sticking around. It looks to be well carbonated. It's kind of ruby red, brown when you look through the light down the bottom. But yeah, the carbonation is streaming, so it's well carbonated. It's not flat. The smell on it, it's more coffee than bourbon. There's definitely a vanilla kind of bourbony nose in the background. The coffee's pretty subdued. This is not a coffee in your face beer. Sometimes you get beers it's all coffee, then the beer's kind of in the background, and you're kind of left wondering, what's the beer taste like? You know what coffee tastes like in a beer. What's the beer taste like? So appearance, it's beautiful beer. I can't complain at all. Nothing there for me to complain about. So we'll get into aroma. Which we did that, right? So after aroma comes the flavor. And the flavor, coffee's a little muted with the flavor. The smell, though, is really good. I really dig the smell. It smells super inviting. Really makes you want to just get in there and get it. There's a little bit of creaminess into it. It's got a nice medium-sized body. It's not a huge, thick beer. A little bit of sweetness in the background. A little bit of hot bitterness to it. I don't know what the IBUs are on this, but there's kind of this licorice thing in the background with this. Super solid beer. I really, really dig the aroma on this beer. Yeah, mouth feels nice. It's a nice medium size, maybe on the lighter side of medium. It's well carbonated. My nose itches. But there's really nothing. There's really nothing I can knock this beer on. The bourbon, you kind of get that bourbon flavor on the back of your tongue, right, like on the sides and back of your tongue. It's not really super pronounced, like a bourbon barrel aged beer, like some of the names that you could go to your refrigerator, go to these big stores and pick up. But it's there. It's more vanilla than anything. That and the aftertaste is that bourbon. The coffee, the aroma is great. It's not overpowering. I wish the flavor was a little bit more. Maybe this beer's just aged. This is round 2, so maybe this beer was brewed early and it's just kind of through aging, it's kind of gone down a little bit. But it's an excellent beer, very good beer. I'd drink another 18 or 20 of them. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to keep these under like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Cheers, well done. Hey guys, it's Wally. Back for another beer review. So this will be 2 in one night. That's probably about the extent of what I'll do. Just got through cutting some grass, so come down and we'll have a beer. We'll do another review. So this is what we're doing tonight. And this is entry Z46 RD2-55E. And this is a New England IPA, a 6% beer, adjunct, it's flaked wheat. 3 required hops: El Dorado, Citra, and Mosaic. So, get into it, do the appearance, taste, aroma, all that stuff. And pair, a little bit of a hiss. And not a whole lot going on in the bottle, so we'll see how the carbonation is. Here we go. So it is carbonated. You can see the carbonation streaming. At least I can. So, all right, appearance. It's a pretty beer. Nice golden color, golden yellowish. In my phone, it looks like it's an orange, but it's more golden yellow on actually in person. So we'll do aroma. Definitely getting some juicy kind of citrus notes from it. It smells kind of like an orange, sweet. A little bit, I think I'm kind of picking up that El Dorado a little bit. Definitely not getting, well, Mosaic maybe. It's just sometimes Mosaic, you get this berry thing, and there's maybe a little bit of berry in the background. But there's more citrus than anything. So, yeah, the head kind of stuck around a little bit. I poured, I didn't pour gingerly, but I wasn't super aggressive with the pour. So there's a little bit of lacing sticking around. Slightest little bit of lacing on the glass. So that's all good in the hood. Understood. So let's go to, we've got that. We'll go ahead and gone through appearance, we've gone through aroma. Let's go through flavor. It's definitely juicy. Bitterness is pretty low. Question. Adjuncts. Should you be able to taste the adjuncts? My opinion, if you're using it, you should be able to taste it, right? So I'm going to say, I don't know if I'm tasting the flaked wheat or not. It's a good beer. Mouth feels nice. Bitterness is low, which it should be. It's got that classic kind of Nipa taste to it. Definitely got a citrusy. The taste and the aroma are very similar. It's got this citrusy, almost overly sweet kind of overly sweetness, kind of malty flavor to it. Not malty flavor, overly sweet kind of orange. I'm not saying this is I'm not saying this is under-attenuated. That's not what I'm saying. No, the beer's not under-attenuated. It's almost dry. I don't know what this finished at. Definitely kind of dries out as it kind of washes off the back of your tongue. But yeah, it's got this kind of sweet orange flavor to it. Almost like overly ripe kind of orange, vegetables and fruits. I mean, not vegetables, but fruits, how they get really sweet and get more intense as they get some age on them. So yeah, overall impression, man, it's a really good beer. Orange bomb. Yeah, it's got a little bit of bitterness. It's got carbonation kind of bounces off your tongue a little bit, so it's well carbed. I'd say the carb's fine on it. It's good. Easy drinker. Yeah, super easy to drink. All right, guys, it's a great beer. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna grade it, and I'll be see you guys later. Cheers. Hey guys, it's Wally. I'm gonna do another beer review. SJPORR beer review. So this is what we're looking at right now. So this is entry 572-RD2-46F. This is a white IPA. The adjunct is mango. The hops are Simcoe, Mosaic, and Citra. Sound good to me. A little bit of a hiss, says it. Not a whole lot of smoke. Little bit of stuff in the bottom, so not much of a head. Carbonation, it's there. I don't know how well it's carbonated. I'll get into it in a second. So there's little to no head. I didn't pour super aggressive, so maybe that's my fault. Got some thin bubbles kind of sticking around at the top. Can't see through it, but there's nothing visibly floating in the beer, so I'm okay with that. It's a really pretty gold color, light gold, like hay straw color. That's good. I like it. Yeah, so we'll get on to aroma. There's a little bit of orange in the background, a little bit of citrus in the background. You can definitely tell. Now, white IPAs, I've never brewed a white IPA. Usually white IPAs are kind of a Belgian yeast, right? That's a question for you guys. But I'm pretty much, I think it is. I think I'm right. So the Belgian yeast is right up in your face, but there's some citrus in the back. More citrus than anything. I'm not getting a whole lot of like dank old school Simcoe out of it. But the nose is really nice. The nose is really pleasant on this beer. All right, let's dive on in and get. Maybe the citrus is the mango. Maybe a little bit. It's pretty light. Mango into taste. Yeah, the mango's there. Definitely a lot of mango there. The yeast is still there, but the mango and the yeast are really fighting. Really fighting to see who's going to be dominant here. The mango really kind of comes through in the back of the tongue as you kind of finish the drink. It's got some bitterness. It's not bad. It's not a really assertive bitter beer. Not a big hop bomb. Not a big. There's probably not a whole lot of IBU in this. Probably 40s, 50s somewhere. The mango is definitely in there. What can I say? The mouthfeel. It's on the thin side of medium. There could be a little bit more body in this. It's not bad. But it's a 5% beer, so that's what you're gonna get in a 5% beer, right? I mean, it's hard to get a whole lot of body in a 5% beer. So I'm not knocking it. I'm just describing it. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of maltiness in this beer. It's kind of taken over by the hops. I mean, by the bitterness and the mango flavor. You're not getting a whole lot of like biscuity or any kind of bready kind of flavors. It's all mango. So my opinion would be maybe maybe the water profile. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just a water profile, so you've got a little bit more malt forward on the beer. But no, it's a very good beer. It's just totally dominated by the malt. I mean by the mango, and a little bit of. There's not a whole lot of hop into it other than bitterness. Maybe in the aroma, but maybe that citrus I'm getting is more of the mango than anything. But it's a great beer. It's a very good beer, and nothing to be ashamed of. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out, and I'll see you guys on the next review. Cheers. Hey guys, it's Wally. I'm gonna do another SJPORR beer review today. So this is what we're gonna look at today. So it is entry N64 RD2-37G. This is a NEPA. The adjunct is Sumo Orange. I can't say I've ever had Sumo Oranges. The hops are Mosaic, Citra, and Centennial. ABV 6.47. So here we go. Let's get it cracked. Sniff it. All that good stuff. Oh, that's a nice hiss. Some bubbles rising up. This one appears to be well carbonated. Nice head on it. A little bit of junk at the bottom of the bottle. Not a big deal. So, we'll go with appearance. This one looks to be a slight start of oxidation, maybe. It's kind of got that kind of tan khaki-ish, that dull color that happens with oxidized NEPAs. New England style seem to oxidize fast. Not much oxygen at all. But will that affect the taste? Not always the case, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, appearance. It's got a nice head on it. The carbonation is just streaming up. The head's not going away right now. It's got a nice finger and a half head. Yeah, you can see. I can see the carbonation. I don't know if you guys can see it. Just streaming up from the bottom. So I've got my Chromebook over here, so we'll go through and hit all the high points. Definitely smells like a NEPA. Yeah, the aromas, it's kind of got this, you can definitely get orange out of it. It's definitely, the aromas are pretty subdued on this right now. Maybe it'll go, maybe the aroma will maybe enhance a little bit once the head's gone. Maybe get a couple drinks out of it. You get that kind of sour, tart, orange taste, smell. You guys know what I'm talking about when you crack open an orange. You kind of get that sweetness, but it's got this little tartness in the background of the smell, and that's what I'm picking up here. Mouth feels nice. Carbonation is on point. Very well carbonated beer. Not undercarbonated at all. Flavor, there's some bitterness to it right on the back end. It's definitely juicy, and it's juicy in the front end. Then it kind of really dries out, and it leaves a bitterness in the back. But it's got an orange flavor to it. It's not sweet. When I say New England style, I'm thinking some residual sweetness, some kind of something left over there, not just the color. The color's there, that's fine. I'm expecting some kind of residual sweetness left over. But this beer is dry. For me. It's definitely juicy. It finishes dry. There's a bitterness that kind of hangs around. And I don't know if that's from the orange, perhaps. The orange is still there. That's basic. That's pretty much I'm not getting a whole lot of Centennial. For me, Centennial is kind of almost like a spicy kind of note. Maybe a little bit Centennial, but it's pretty good. It's a well done beer. I don't know, what would I do? What mouth feels great on it. I need a haircut. BT Dubs. Overall impression of this beer is great. It's a great beer. I don't know if the oxidation has maybe affected some of the flavors and aromas on it, or if maybe it's not oxidized. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading something into it. But the color, it definitely looks like an oxidized beer to me. When the NEPAs start turning to the brown side, it's usually a sign of oxidation. But yeah, you guys really can't see it. I mean, there's still a nice orange glow that I can see in the camera. But on my side, it's kind of starting to turn brown. And I mean, I don't know what that means. I don't have enough experience with oxidation. Some people can taste oxidation. Some people are very, very, they really taste it a lot, whether it's very slight, and I'm not one of those guys. I don't get oxidation much. Just not my thing. I guess it's just not one of those flavors that really jumps out at me a lot. But yeah, no, it's good. All right, guys, it's just under 6 minutes, so I'm gonna call it a day and write down my thoughts and grade it out, and we'll see you guys in the next review. Cheers. Hey guys, it's Wally. Back with number 5. If these end up in order, this is number 5. So, number 5 alive. All right, I am in the middle of brew day. I'm rebrewing my entry, so you might hear the fan with my hood in the background. So, this is what we're looking at today. Fail focus. So this is entry V61-RD2-91A. It's a coconut lime blonde with Machueca, Cascade, and Centennial. Sounds lovely. Nice little hiss, some smoke. There's carbonation is streaming up from the bottom. Got my Chromebook over here so I can go ahead and grade this right shortly after we talk about it. So, nice looking head. So we'll go with appearance. Yeah, it's blonde. Straw colored, a little bit on the gold, on the darker of the gold kind, maybe tannish. Looks good on camera. Yeah, so appearance is great. Carbonation is streaming. Very well carbonated. About a finger and a half head when I first poured it, starting to settle down to about a half a finger. So let's go into the aroma. Aroma is lime. The coconut's not really coming through in the aroma right now, but the lime is faint and it's there. It's not overpowering. I guess when I say faint, I mean it's not overpowering. It's very inviting. This is 5.5%. Maybe a hint of coconut, but really the lime is right now the star of the show. Oh, there's the coconut. Coconut and lime together. I don't know what yeast is in this beer. Tastes like a neutral yeast, not like a Belgian yeast or Scottish or something. Ooh, this beer's a crusher. Yeah, very good. It's got this kind of bitterness. I don't know if that's from the lime, what it is, but it's pretty good. The aroma, not a whole. I mean, it would be nice maybe if the coconut was a little more prevalent there in the, but it's not. But that's fine. The taste is awesome. It's a real crusher. It's kind of got this bitterness that is kind of off-putting, but it's not bad. Just not quite what I expected in the finish. So, but no, this is a great beer. It's an awesome beer. I love it. All right, guys, that's it for me. This is a quick one, but this is a good one. It's a very good one. All right, now whoever made it, well done, and cheers. Hey guys, it's Wally. I'm back for the last of the SJPORR Round 2 beer reviews. So this is what we're getting into tonight, this afternoon, whatever it is. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. I just finished a brew day about an hour and a half ago. So it's time for beer. So this one is entry Y33-RD2-33Y. And this is an IPA. The adjunct is oats. Nice hiss. Come on off there. Sometimes this can't bottle openers are really nice. Other times, not so much. Alright, guys. A little bit of stuff at the bottom. Not bad. So, depending on the amount of oats, you expect this to be a little bit hazy. This does not say New England style, it just says oats. So the hops are Bravo, El Dorado, and Citra. Alright, so had a nice little head. Carbonation is coming up from the bottom. You guys may not be able to see it. I can see it on my side. It had a nice head when I poured it. I didn't pour super aggressively. It's got a little bit of bubbles sticking around. It probably wouldn't be too hard to work up a nice little head on this. Should have plenty of body if it's got oats in it. So that's appearance. And see, aroma. Yeah, definitely juicy. I think the El Dorado is kind of sticking out there. I think I've used Bravo before, or had Bravo before, but I'm not super familiar with Bravo anymore. Smells on it super good. It's got a lot of citrus to it. A little bit of, maybe a little bit of pear. Maybe a little bit of like bubblegummy kind of. Smells good. Smells really good. All right, let's go in for the flavor. So it's not super bitter. Flavor's more orange juice. There is a bitterness that kind of lingers on the back of your tongue. It's got some, I would call it like dankness, where it's kind of got this flavor. It's more like a kind of a deep bitterness, but it's not. I mean, it's not super bitter. It's just what I would consider dank. Mouthfeels on it's pretty nice. Yeah, one thing about this particular SJPORR, it's 3 hops and an adjunct. My question is, should you be able to taste the adjunct? Unless you've got a ton of oats in a beer, you're never going to be able to really just say, yes, I can taste the oats. So, yeah, it's my wife and the... Alright, sorry you guys had to hear the wife and the oldest going at it. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm having a hard time with the beers that have basically flaked adjuncts. So, nothing wrong with the beer. It's a very good beer. Very great beer. I mean, I'd be happy that if I made this beer. I mean, there's nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm just having some issues. But yeah, flavor-wise, it's great. I mean, mouth feels great. So the overall impression, I mean, it's a damn good beer. A damn good beer. Wouldn't be ashamed to pour that out of my keezer myself. So, all right, guys, that's it for me. I will talk at you later.